Welcome to Next Game's Odyssey series. Now today, we'll be taking on one of the easiest Atonement 3 NMs, Kalunga, on the Vengeance 5 difficulty. Now let's get into what's involved on this one. Now Kalunga is a Gabruth, who will use lots of fire damage, so if you have them, Barfira and Fire Carol are recommended to combat this damage during the fight. Now the only reliable way to deal damage to Kalunga is through the use of slashing damage. Thankfully, many of the buffers can normally do slashing damage, so this is one of those fights where they can easily help get in some damage, especially if they have the previously mentioned Barfira or Fire Carol on them. Now in regards to abilities, there are a few you need to be ready for. The first is Volcanic Stasis. Now this is a full dispel, but it's only used on the person who has hate, so your tank should be prepared to tank largely this entire fight without any buffs, and that tank holding hate is crucial in this fight so that the DDs don't have this ability used upon them and have all of their DD buffs wiped. Now the next ability is Incinerating Lahar, which is going to be used to damage everyone within range and weaken everyone for 10 to 20 seconds. Now this makes the job of curing while people are weakened critical, as although most of the abilities from Kalunga won't do more than a few hundred damage, it only takes 2 or 3 of them to actually take someone out if they're not cured. Now Cerberus was very busy with all the things going on during this fight, and he got off a Curaga just a split second too late, and the Corsair died. So this is the exact thing you're trying to avoid during your fight. Now the last and most important ability that you want to watch out for is Blistering Roar, as it's going to terrorize everyone in range for a few seconds, and most importantly, it's going to actually open the window for the fetters to begin spawning. Now to stop those fetters from spawning, you want to perform a 3-step skill chain. Now note, if he actually ends up using a second Blistering Roar later on in the fight, you're now going to need to perform a 4-step skill chain in order to take away the fetters from spawning. Now I'm going to be responsible in this battle example for performing the 3 or 4-step skill chain, but it's important that you work out with your group before the battle starts who exactly will be doing this multi-step skill chain, so that everyone else knows that once they're terrorized, then they need to hold off on all of their weapon skills until they see that blue proc sign above Kalunga. Now the last thing I'm going to mention is that one of Kalunga's standard attacks is actually going to knock you back. Due to this, I recommend pinning yourself between the walls as you see us doing here, so that even when you do get knocked back, you're still within melee range. Now for jobs, we are using Cerberus on Paladin, Dark Knight, Corsair, Bard, and White Mage, and myself on Ninja. Now, 5 of us are going to be within AoE range doing slashing damage, so that means all but the White Mage will be within AoE range, and the White Mage are responsible for keeping us all alive. Now the buffs we're going to use include Chaos Roll and Samurai's Roll, Soul Voiced, Adventurer's Dirge, Honor March, Victory March, Valor Minuet 5, and Fire Carol, and then my personal buffs include Sublime Sushi, Yane, Myoshu, Kaka, and Inin. That should be all we need to know in order to take this one on. Let's go ahead and see how the rest of our battle example goes. Enjoy the run, everyone. That's going to be it for the Vengeance 5 fight against Kalunga. I hope you found that helpful. Join us in our next video in the series when we take on Nagai on the Vengeance 5 difficulty. Now if this is your first time to my channel and you enjoyed the content, please be sure to click the subscribe button under the video and the bell icon next to it to be notified when my future videos are released. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. Stay safe and stay healthy out there.